first base. We are here to manage the financial aspects of Jackie Brown Park. I had asked Master Riddle to chair that committee, along with Master Benningfield and Master Houchins and Master Riddle. Am I correct with that?
That's right.
Okay. Yep. Well, I will let you say anything you want to say on this.
Oh, I think we're on the right path. I've been talking to Charles on the phone quite a bit, and Charles is doing. I think he's doing a good job out there. And, we've got a few things we need to get structured, and so we need to start having some meetings now that the committee is established, and this thing going on.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, this ADF grant for the Parks and Recreation Department with the dugout safety barriers. Applied for this about 3 weeks ago through the BRAD organization. We started small, and we received the money to do 2 dugouts, to pour 2 dugouts concrete. And this identifies and takes care of some safety issues that we're having at Jackie Brown Park. So we will work to continue to do the rest of the dugouts as well, just as long as money is available. So baby steps. Okay. What's that? Okay. Entertain a motion to accept this grant.
So moved.
Master Riddle.
Second.
Master Houchins. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, we will move to the jailer's report. Bill?
Thank you, Judge. Don't really have much this morning, but our compressor did go out, unfortunately, on one of our refrigeration units, and that's what I'm up here for, is to gain a PO for that.
Entertain a motion. That PO is for how much?
$3,200.
Okay. Entertain a motion for a PO.
So moved.
Master
Second.
London, second Master Allen. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
And just say, Judge, we appreciate the kind words. We provide roughly 82,000 hours a year of community service through our work program. So we're proud to serve the county.
And along those lines, I know that Jailer Bellamy and also Jackie Brown here that's sitting in the audience, we've been working on a program. I'm sure some of you have heard about it, about the inmates that are being released from the detention center and our efforts to try to get them into the workforce. And sometimes there are obstacles that they face when they leave. You know, they may not have the change of clothes for an interview, they may not have transportation, they may not have child care, but this program has really grown since.
Yes, it has.
And you know, we don't even have a name for it, but there's so much traction with it. I think we're up to about 40 partners. I'm guessing the judiciary judges across the streets are really pushing this program as well, and it's cutting into our workforce needs. You know, we're a little shy of 300 job openings in Barren County, and we're putting people to work. And a big thank you to the industry that's took a chance to hiring these folks.
Yes, they have.
And you know, it's really been a good success. And just to kind of let you know, we've been having state people to show up just to figure out what we're doing here.
Right.
You know?
Department of Corrections actually has started coming out.
Yeah. So you know, this is a program that began with a conversation, and here we are. So I appreciate all the partners that's listed, and if I start mentioning everyone, I will leave someone out, and I don't want to do that. So
right.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Judge,
yes, sir.
Our company would be willing to participate. I don't know if Jackie called me about it or not. We'd be willing to participate.
Okay. That'd be great. Thank you, Master Dickerson. That'd be great. Okay, Fiscal Court Committees, Building and Property Committee.
No report.
No report. All right. Economic Development Committee, Master Dickerson.
Yes, we have been working on this interlocal agreement, reworking it over the past 3 or 4 months. And we've made very few changes to what it was. One was the changing the name from the Glasgow-Barren County Industrial Development Authority. We, as far as all our paperwork with the Secretary of State, that will remain the same, but we'll be doing business as Barren County Economic Authority. The other changes that were made was the City of Cave City will be added as a voting member. The City of Park City will be added as a non-voting member. And that's just about all we've done. And the take I've personally got out of this over the last few months is every entity in the county got together and we worked together on something and we made it go. And that should be something that everyone in here should be proud of. We made something work with the city and the county, Cave City and Park City working together. So last night, Cave City and Glasgow both approved unanimously, and my understanding is Park City did also. So this committee recommends that we approve these changes and renew the interlocal agreement.
Okay, we have a motion.
We'll put that in the form of a motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the table.
Second.
We have a second, but Master Gallon, any discussion, questions?
I just want to say that, you know, I've not been real involved in that, but I think that the need was identified to make some changes. And, you know, some have said that it was rock kickers or rock throwers, but I think it was more just people saying that they wanted to make some changes, some updates to IDEA. And I'm just proud of everybody that was involved in it, and I thank you guys, Carl, and I think y'all done a good job, and I think that you're really headed down the right road now. And Jackie, wherever Jackie is, I know he's been vocal about it, but I appreciate everything he said. I think he's been on a good track, and you know, you're not always going to agree, but you guys are working through it, man, and I'm proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Thank you very much. Okay, Transportation Committee, Master Riddle.
The Transportation Committee met this morning, and we were reviewing some amendments to the subdivision regulations, and more or less it's just updating. It's just a matter of changing some words, and it's a matter of really of having a little better control over the quality of the new construction of the subdivision. I'm going to ask Kevin to come up. He, the 3 magistrates that serve on the Transportation Committee have been involved in this since the word go, and we've met several times with Kevin, and you know, these are minor changes, but they give Kevin and the road supervisor a little more leverage as far as quality control for the most part. That's about what we're doing here. So.
Thank you, Magistrate Riddle and Magistrate of Fiscal Court and Judge, for letting me be here to speak on this. As Magistrate Riddle has stated, we did have meetings. We've had public meetings, invited the public to come. Some showed up. We've had about 4 of those meetings. Then we had a public hearing at the Planning Commission level, which was approved, and that recommendation was forwarded on to this body here for final approval. Some of the things that Magistrate Riddle talked about as far as quality control, that's some of the things that were set into the subdivision regs. We've had some minor changes here and there, but other things were accessory structures, made like an unattached garage or a you know, better built barn or something that was brought in. We brought back the accessory 5-foot accessory rule to any property line on the side and rear. gives a ability to use or maximize more of your property as a landowner with that. For whatever reason, in 2000 it was taken out. Could have been building code required or just public safety, but with today's technology and the things that we have today, we felt that that was a better thing to bring back. Now, one of the mechanisms in the subdivision regs was, prior to this potential update, was that of private streets. Now, in the subregs, those private streets have always been not allowed. They were just said it's not allowed. Now, we have private streets and we know private roads in the county. But for subdivisions, those are being divided off, and the majority of those private roads were done prior to Planning Commission even being created in 1972. So we wanted to have another mechanism for landowners, developers to be able to spur growth. There's some developers in this community that don't want a road to be turned over to the county. They want to have complete control, whether it be a homeowner association or whatever other mechanisms they use. So at the Planning Commission level and with the magistrates, we came up with that private streets can be permitted under certain circumstances with regards to being built to the same specifications that our county roads are being built on, as well as it being only major subdivisions. No private roads will be allowed for any lots 4 or 5 lots. A major subdivision is six lots, period. Still has to have the same roadway design, 22-foot surface, 6-foot shoulders, built the same with all the minimum requirements there. But what our hope is from the Planning Commission level is that it's another mechanism for an individual to be able to maximize their property. And we're here to serve the citizens of this county and to give them an opportunity to be able to divide property in an organized manner. That's what we're here to do. And we've updated that and put those designs in this subdivision regs. The one thing that we did do with these private road networks, so that it's not confused at the end of the day when it's done and it's in and it's recorded in the clerk's office, we have a certificate, 2 certificates that's going to be placed on that plat. The first certificate is the owner's signature where they are dedicating it for private use only. The second signature, the second certificate, is that of a notary public that's signing that is that person's intent for it to never be turned over to the county or to another legislative body for maintenance. So that anybody that does a title search, and Mr. Shark could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but anybody that does a title search, when they pull the deed or plat, this note will be placed on that. The intent for that roadway was to be left as a private roadway, to never be turned over to the county. And I think it gives at least the fiscal court, at whatever time that this may arise, the ability to say, no, the plat that's recorded clearly states that the intention was to remain private, and gives the fiscal court the ability, if it is wanted to be turned over to the county for maintenance, that you all have the ability to say this and this and this has to be done prior to it being adopted. The other changes that we made was that of helping Jeremy and myself with regards to when we go out and we do the inspections for the roadways. We have in here detailed construction specifications for the roadways now, with the checklist that he and I will go over with the developer and their contractor, whoever it might be that's doing the road work. That we're out there at every level of how the road is being put in. When they're first cut out there, we have specifications on compaction test to make sure just the subgrade, the soil, is suitable to be able to handle the rock that's placed on it. And then we'll go out for after the rock is done, and then we'll go out after the base coat's put on to make sure they have the correct measurements. And really, this is just a benefit not only to the fiscal court, but to the developer as well. You know, a developer wants to cut corners, well, you're going to have an issue there. You're going to have a road that's going to fail. And in turn, you're going to cost all taxpayers more money to have to go out and fix it just as soon as it's done if it's adopted by the fiscal court. And that's what we're trying to eliminate, is to help everyone in the county and the developer themselves as well. So that's all in here in your packet. If you have any specific questions that you want answered, I'm here. I can answer them for you. That's no problem.
Any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion for the changes. you have before you?
So move.
Mr. Riddle?
Second.
Master Gillen? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much. Thank you, Kevin. Okay, Parks and Rec?
Good morning. Last night was our first night fall ball started, and we had all 4 fields operating, and it was a big night. We had 419 adults come through the gate, and if you usually times that by 2 because you count kids and grandparents and things like that comes with them. So you're looking at 800 to 1,000 people that came through last night. So that was a great night for the park. It was really busy. I really want to say thank you to Jeremy and John too. They all helped with everything out there to get it going last night. And then the actual coaches, something that didn't happen during the spring was coaches jumped in and helped too. They helped mark fields and you know, sometimes it just runs into a problem. You just can't get enough done for them. But those tarps came in handy. They made their money last night. They were well worth it. So, and that's what I'm here for, is to get a PO for Mid-American Sports Advantage in the amount of $7,999.90 for field covers. We got 2 at the time, and then one of them was had a patch on it, was defective, so I called the company and said I wasn't going to pay $4,000 for a tarp that was, you know, already been fixed on. The company sent me an email back, said they would replace the tarp, make sure that it was new, and they sent me a new tarp, and then they sent me another email that says, we don't need the other tarp back, just keep that for your trouble. So we got 3 tarps for the price of 2 and saved $4,000. And we've also got 3 fields that are able to be covered. So that's excellent for that money. So I asked for a PO for that amount.
I'll make that motion.
Master Couchins?
Second.
Master Gillen? Discussion, questions? The good thing about these tarps is the word's getting around that people that come and play here that want to hold tournaments next year, because we have the capability of covering our fields. So they will come if it does rain, because they know when the rain's over, we can play. So, okay, any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? All right.
Now, another aspect of us taking over the operation of fall ball and taking all the kids in, was one of the aspects of it was we were providing shirts for the team. I did get those shirts. They are currently being handed out, and I need a PO for those and issue a payment of claim today on that, if that's court's pleasure, for the amount of $3,023.65, and that covers 30 teams plus coaches and some adults that they have paid. This has been, it's just part of their sign-up, so this is nothing out of the original budget. This is all in through sign-ups.
I'd like to make that motion.
Master Riddle?
I'll second it.
Second, Master London. Tell us how many kids actually signed up.
I think we've got 337 total.
Okay.
And looking forward into the spring, you're looking probably double, maybe triple that number. So it's going to be a big operation.
Okay.
Without the help of everybody else that's here and departments, it's going to be a tough task, but we're going to get it done.
Okay, any more discussion? Hearing all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Treasurer Riddle, you have something you want to ask the court, so pull your mic up there and in reference to what we're talking about.
Well, it will come on a little bit later under new business under approved transfer of funds, but I would also request to add a transfer from the general fund to the rec fund in the amount of $10,000 when we get there. It is not reflected on the transfer you have in front of you for approval. I'll be glad to get you an updated one. But in addition to the transfers listed, I'd like to add a transfer from the general fund to the rec, and it is in our budget.
Okay. Did everyone hear down this way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.
All right, thank y'all.
Okay, solid waste.
Thank you, Judge. I come before you this morning with the purchase of the new vehicle for Solid Waste Department. I just need authorization to sell and dispose of the current vehicle, probably by sealed bids.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Master Bennyfield,
Second.
second Master Houchins. Any questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, we'll go into old business. Pass these out. Old business is ordinance 595, Code Amendment 65, the rehire and retire of elected officials. As I told you last meeting, I was trying to obtain an Attorney General's opinion. This is the opinion. It came in yesterday afternoon. So I'll give you a few minutes to read over that before we move forward. Okay, is there any action by the government body? In consulting with the county attorney, it seems like we have two options. You can make a motion to remove it from the table, or you can just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone and move on.
Okay. Okay. Ordinance 598, amending the ambulance service taxing district ordinance. And I will open this up for a public hearing. For any comments, public? Okay, I'll close the public hearing and we'll adopt on second reading. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Master Gillen, second Master Allen. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Ordinance 599, 2017, tax rates. I will open this up for a public meeting as well for comments, questions. Okay, I'll close the public hearing and adopt on second reading. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Master Riddle,
Second.
second Master Gillen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay, before we finish old business, I failed to report our second quarter of alcohol sales. We had 32,000 $72.28. And that was a full quarter. Full quarter. And also along those lines, myself, Fiscal Court Clerk Sherry Jones, I'm quite confident Treasurer Riddle, I think Sheriff King, we will be attending a training at K-City Convention Center in September. Am I telling you correct on that? To learn specifically what we can spend this money on. Okay? Because I mean, I know it's designated law enforcement, but we have to be specific. We don't want to get in trouble with auditors. So we will be attending that. That way we all know specifically what we can spend this money on.
Judge Hale, on that subject, I asked Sheriff King before the meeting if he'll get some figures together. I know the editor of the Daily Times wrote an op-ed or wrote an opinion piece this past weekend. I don't know if you read it or not, about using the money to help us with our drug enforcement here. And I asked Sheriff King, I don't know if my committee would be over this economic development, if he'd get some figures together about on DUI arrest or how many drug arrests we have, number one, and how many of our DUI arrests are drug related instead of alcohol related. So I hope that's not overstepping my authority, but I asked him that this morning. So.
No, I think we need to know. I mean, and I believe that and the Frankfurt officials will be there at this training, which they work under your brother in Frankfurt, and they are the professionals that we communicate with probably weekly on this. So
So I'll be bringing that before my committee if that's okay. I'm economic development, but that falls in there a bit.
That's fine.
Okay.
That'd be great. Thank you for volunteering. Okay, new business, approve payment of claims as presented.
Make that motion.
Master Gillen, second Master London. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approve transfer of funds, and this is
where I was speaking about the transfer of funds.
okay. We want to transfer $10,000 from the general fund into the rec department.
And it is budgeted.
It's budgeted.
Just
Okay.
requesting authorization to do it this time.
Second.
Master Houchin, second by Master Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approve budget adjustment.
So moved.
Master Allen,
Second.
second Master Gillen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Judge Hale,
Yes, ma'am.
last month, I requested authorization to move $50,000 from the general fund to help out the jail, paying the unanticipated early payoff of the public property, the old jail. And the jail budget wasn't structured at that time to make that payment, was going to need the help. There are certain funds that we receive from the Department of Correction that sometimes fall for us to receive in July and sometimes in August. I couldn't count on it. We received them in July. The jail fund did not require an input of money from the general fund. The
Good
jail
deal.
fund did just fine on its own without
Good deal.
help.
Thank you very
Just wanted y'all
much.
to be aware of that.
Thank you. Approved monthly financial statement,
So moved.
July 17th, subject to audit. We have Master Riddle,
That's second.
second Master Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approved official settlements, July 2017, subject to audit. County attorney, county clerk, and the sheriff.
So moved.
Master Couchins,
Second.
second Master Gillen. Any questions? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Personnel action.
So moved.
Master Couchins,
Second.
Master Benningfield. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay. Acknowledge receipt of library report, June 2017, subject to audit.
So moved.
Master Allen,
Second.
Master Houchins. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Acknowledge receipt of treasurer's annual settlement, subject to audit.
Make that motion.
Master Gillen,
Second.
second Master Riddle. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Acknowledge receipt of audit for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2016 for the Barren County Fiscal Court.
So moved.
Master Houchins,
Second.
second Master Riddle. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approved folio of internet cost agreement with American Legal Publishing Corporation, County Code of Ordinances. This puts it on the internet so they will be accessible to the public.
Well, I'll make that motion.
Master Allen,
Second.
second Master Gillen. Any questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Establish the 2018 motor vehicle and watercraft property tax rate.
Make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Master Allen, second by Master Gillen. And that says your motion to leave this at 15.3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your second's good with that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Adoption of the resolution for the library tax rates.
That's the same, isn't it?
That's correct.
Make that motion.
Second.
Master Couchin, second by Master Allen. Any discussion? And I don't believe we have anybody from the library here this morning, do we? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Adopt a resolution, extension service tax rates.
I'll make that motion.
Master London,
Second.
second Master Houchins, and this rate stays the same as well. If there's any questions, we have our agents here for questions. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. First reading of ordinance 600, fee pooling for county clerk and the sheriff. We're going to defer that to the next meeting, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
It's prepared, but not all the agencies have looked it over and make sure that's what they want to do.
Okay. First reading for ordinance 601, budget amendment 2. Entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Master Benningfield,
Second.
second Master Riddle. Any questions? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Ordinance 602, amending ambulance service taxing district ordinance to clear up some typographical errors.
So moved.
Master Riddle,
Second.
second Master Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. That adopts on the first reading. I will declare an emergency due to tax rate deadlines to adopt on second reading. So I entertain a motion.
Make that motion.
Master Houchins,
Second.
second Master Gillen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. I entertain a motion for the resolution and agreement for rural secondary program funds.
So moved.
Master Riddle,
Second.
second Master London. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Now, before we're done, Master Allen, we had a conversation about the packets of information. Do you want to comment on that?
Yes, I would. I would be in favor of sending this packet to us by email, was what we discussed. Of course, that would require everyone to have a computer at home which I think most everybody does, but you can look at this packet of paper and multiply that by 7 or 8. It's a lot of paper. And I understand there are some ladies that put all this together.
That's correct.
And I usually get mine on Saturday. Usually comes on Saturday. That gives me a day or two to look at it, but when you all send it out Thursday,
We do.
I can be automatic. So that's not a motion, I don't think, but that's something to think about.
Okay.
I think that would fall under administrative committees.
Correct.
But it would save a lot of work for the ladies here in the office. I don't know what percent of your time you spend getting this ready, but it's a lot of time, I'm sure.
Well, I just have to scan and email it, which that wouldn't be a problem. Some of it's scanned, some of it might not be.
Some of them are.
It might be too large to send on some of them. I'm not for sure what the requirements are through EPB as far as the large number of your emails, so.
Do you always receive your packet on Saturdays, or does it come following Monday? Or?
Well, most times it comes on Saturday.
Okay.
This time it came on Friday. Sometimes, I don't know why it doesn't come till Monday. I've got it on Monday before, but, you know, I don't know whether everybody wants to use modern day technology or not, but it is a possibility.
And you're always welcome to come pick them up if you want to. So
Yeah, that's true.
I guess just if you all have a concern or
Can we have it both ways?
Some things she's saying science might not.
Can we just have it all?
I'm gonna go back about saving money. The part about
I mean,
saving.
I'd rather have mine in a hard copy, because I can carry it around overnight, sit in my chair and read it and things of that nature, but, you know, if it's a big dollar issue, I can run up there and get it.
It's the postage. It's quite a bit for
I
postage.
know
but-
it is. Maybe we just take it out of my check.
Okay, y'all heard that?
Yeah.
We got it.
Can we get a motion for
I'll make
that?
that
Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Master Gillen, second Master Allen. Consider yourself adjourned.
Thank you. I apologize for that last.
Just mine. I ain't taking out everybody.
Thank y'all. Well, thank you.
We gotta stay on them, man. I was sorry if my brain got bad, I wouldn't know need it, but.
Matter of fact, that's just too bad.